right. My father is ashamed of me. He hates that I'm a comedian for a living, but if you ask him what I do, he wants to tell you. You know? What does Jackie do for a living? Jackie is a joke. He's like, you know, the cards, the funny looking man, the Joker, that's Jackie. I'm like, Daddy, that is called a Joker, but what I do, I am called a comedian. And he's like, do you tell jokes for money? Well, yeah. Do you have a law degree? Yes, sir. Then you're a freaking joke. I don't go home for the holidays much, can you tell? I'm really a big fan of social networking. I'm like a guru on Twitter and Facebook. I love it. Facebook is awesome until you find that friend from too far back. You know how they really find you from years ago? Send you a message, hey girl, what you been up to? I'm like, I learned how to read, learned how to write. Puberty was rough. I don't know you anymore. What is wrong? And they try and give you useless news you don't need. They're like, Jackie, did you hear Sister Mary Ellen died? I'm like, when you and I were 8, she was 88, so she better be dead. Is she a warlock? I hope she's gone. Is she a wizard? They should have a Facebook status that says, if I didn't have breasts when you saw me last, I don't know you. Is that too long? Is that too long a status update? Is it? It makes sense though, doesn't it? I gotta get out of here. I love my mom though. She's very good at giving me advice via voicemail from New York. You know, she'll call me saying, Jackie, you are a lazy son of a nothing. Get up under your laundry. I'm like, how does she know I've been buying underwear from Target for 2 weeks? How does she know that from New York? She's amazing. I got my first sex talk from my mom in a voicemail. She's like, Jackie, all men are gay. Every man is gay. I'm like, Mommy, they are not. That's not right. You and Daddy have been married for 45. Your daddy's gay, too.
But I'm thinking at this point, you know, I'm trying right now to, you know, go ahead and start dating other kinds of men. You feel me? I see brothers, you know, black men going out here getting a white woman, an Asian woman, a Latin woman. I'm like, why can't I be the Baskin Robbins of dating? I ain't gonna limit myself. You know, so I went out there, tried dating a Jamaican man, but ain't nobody tell me when you talk to a Jamaican on the phone one time, y'all go together. He was phone stalking me, you hear me? And telling me how many times he was calling. Coca, this is Trevor. I've called you 421 times, you not call me back. Coca, this is Trevor. I call you 1,600 times. You must be for dead. Jamaican men be stalking you. Ladies, you ever gone down to the Caribbean? It's like them Jamaican men be knowing that men ain't taking care of us here in the States. So they be in the hills, you know, lifting coconut trees with their penises, getting ready for us, you feel me? The plane land, you think it's the band in the airport, it's the Jamaican men walking down the runway. They got their own theme music. Whoa! Whoa! Shibbity-bobbity-bibbity-bobbity-bibbity, whoa! You're like, what? I tried dating me a Mexican man. I said, Bucket, you know, it's good to have a man around the house that can do so many things like pave the driveway, fix the car, put siding on the house, bring home oranges for the folic acid. I need that, you know. I'm in my fertile years. My ovaries need that right now. So he can bring home a lot of lemons and oranges and vitamin C's and stuff for me, you know, he take care of me and stuff. But ain't nobody tell me when you date a Mexican man, if you break up with him, he don't come after you, he send his sisters. You know them chicks with the slick back hair, the drawn on eyebrows and the black lip liner? I'm in the kitchen washing dishes. All of a sudden I hear these fools coming down the street. I look out the window, 45 Mexican chicks jumped at a full tempo. They was coming out the glove compartment, the gas tank, the console, the trunk, the rims. But they couldn't decide whether they wanted to fight me or dance because they left the radio on. So they in the driveway like, we gonna beat your ass, bitch. I'm in the driveway like, we fighting the dancing, we fighting the dancing. What we do? I was confused. That's how you stop a Mexican fight, throw some sauce on. And I was gonna cut you, but I'm gonna dance now.
I had a great year. I did get to perform for the troops in Iraq, which was a great experience for me. Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take that. Thank you. It was great. I was so honored to get to go, and then all of a sudden it was like a dream come true. I'm on a carrier plane with 80 guys in uniforms. Hot, right, ladies? So hot. Yes. You could put me with 80 guys in UPS outfits, and I would probably pee myself. You know what I mean? It was so exciting. And we're flying from Kuwait into Iraq, and then this man comes out that I like to call the Dream Wrecker, and he was like, hey, we need to deboard this plane because it's overweight. We don't want to crash and die. Solid, right? So then he comes up and he's like, oh, our scale broke, so I just need everybody to shout out how much they weigh, and I'll add it up. And again, please be specific, because we don't want to crash and die. And I was like, I'll take the crashing and dying option. That's what I want to do in that scenario. Right? I'm with 80 guys whose body percent fat is 1. I am not shouting out my weight. You know what I mean? Like, let the Al-Qaeda take me. I'm not doing this. So he's like going around the room, and one guy next to me, a dude, actually yelled out, I weigh 137. I was like, I weigh 137. In the 6th grade, I swear I did, get my doctors, I didn't eat dairy all year, I weighed 137. Oh my God, I did. And I was like hiding in the corner, and the guy was so sick of me, he was like, just tell us how much you weigh. And I felt like I had to explain it, you know what I mean? I was like, well, I have earrings on. And they look little, but these are heavy, you know what I mean? They are heavy. I'm gonna need to add 10 pounds per earring. Not my weight, earring weight, that's all I'm saying. And then are we talking just wake up and peed weight? Because that's your real weight, you know what I mean? And I haven't peed yet. And it's the desert out here, so I've been drinking a lot of water. So that's like 30 pounds of extra water I'm carrying. Again, not my weight, water weight. So I would say all together, give or take 20 pounds. All together, I weigh about 105 is what I say I weighed. Yeah, the guy was like, yeah, maybe in the 7th grade.
I just flew down here today, actually, this morning. I'm a little jet lagged. I did just get back from Korea. I flew down from Vancouver this morning, though. I flew down on an airline that I actually work for. I have a part-time job as a flight attendant. And it's not really the most manly of gigs, is it? It's not. I remember when I was, it was by the way, one of those airlines that still does the safety demonstration where the flight attendants get up and still act it out. Not many do that anymore. My airline does that. And when I was first starting out with the company, I was so self-conscious of what everyone in the cabin would think of me, about my orientation. Not that it matters, but you know how guys are. We're self-conscious about that stuff, right? Especially on those Kansas City flights, or those like northern Alberta flights where the manly men are on the flight, like going to do manly jobs, like dig holes and get oil. And I'm standing at the front of the plane wearing a skirt, handing out pretzels. Then I felt the need to overcompensate during the safety demonstration so everyone would know I was straight. It was exhausting. I'd be like, okay, we have 2 emergency window exits located mid-cabin over the wings. 2 emergency doors at the front, 2 more at the back. Fasten your seatbelt. No, you can't have the whole can. Someone shut that baby up. It was exhausting. I hold a Canadian passport as well. I've got these way too much of a story to tell in 8 minutes, but I'll just give you the details. I do hold a Canadian passport. Something came to my attention recently that blew me away. I realized that the Canadian coat of arms, which is on the front of the passport, makes no sense. Has nothing to do with Canada, tells us nothing about the country. So based on this, I decided to do a little research because I'd never really thought about that too much before. Check out other countries' coat of arms to see if those made sense. For the most part, they do. The American coat of arms. On it, there's an eagle. He's got some kind of a shrubbery flying away. Great, we all know America's animal's the eagle. That makes sense. Australia's coat of arms also makes sense. On one side, there's a kangaroo. This is my kangaroo, Pasadena. I hope you like it. And on the other side, there's an emu. That apparently looks like Mick Jagger. Great, that makes sense. In Australia, we have both kangaroos and emus. Canada's coat of arms, not a word of a lie. I kid you not, on one side, there's a lion. For Canada, a lion with a mane. And on the other side, folks, there's a unicorn. A mythical beast. The only thing that tells me about Canada is that there's a lot of weed there. Because if you want to smoke weed, you're going to go to the country with the mythological, winged, flying horned horse on that country's coat of arms, not to mention the African lion.
Thank you guys so much. So I am from England, and there's a very big myth that British people are polite. The truth is, we just can't make a decision. Like, excuse me, can I have a cup of coffee? Unless it's too much trouble. Never mind, I didn't want one anyway. Right? The truth is, British people are blunt. Right? Like, I work to keep my weight down, like most ladies. I'm trying to save my weight gain till marriage. But if I was to put on a lot of weight, my British friends would be harsh. They'd be like, Natalie, have you seen yourself? You're the size of a house. Seriously, the moon. It's tough. Americans are the polite ones. You guys would be like, you have great skin. You have a lot of skin. But you glow. Before I got into comedy, I worked as a shoe designer for Playboy. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't know they wore shoes. It was a good job. I got to spend 5 months in shoe factories in China, which was great because I love kids. I developed a really good respect for Asian people. I am a huge fan of Asian people. Asians in the house, woo! Yes! Super intelligent, super nice people. But my favorite thing about Asians is the sound they make, right? Only Asian people can do this. It's like a squeaky door in a horror movie. Oh. I wish I could pull this off. I wish I could walk into Starbucks. I'll have a double caramel macchiato. I travel a lot, which is tough because I really miss my pets. I'm a big dog fan because dogs are amazing, right? Always happy. Always happy. Every dog you ever meet, like you snorted Ryan Seacrest. I have a little 10-pound mixed breed dog. They said he was a purebred Chihuahua, but I think he's mixed with anger. I also have a deaf cat. I do. He's deaf. His name's Beethoven. He doesn't know that. He thinks his name's... It's good though, because pets give you that feeling that you're loved, right? That's amazing. They say that the first year of marriage is the hardest. I found it was the last. Yeah, my husband tricked me into getting married, told me he was pregnant. I'm pretty sure if we're honest with ourselves, none of us want to have our exes be able to get over us, right? My ex isn't over me. He's gotten remarried, had a baby. I'm like, get on with your life. Right? And he called his baby Jake. Hello, Jay. First letter of the word June, my birthday, move on. Right? My mom's pressuring me to settle down. She keeps saying, settle down. Like being single means you're out of control. Right? Settle down, Natalie. No good can come of watching The Mentalist. Right? My mom insists she was a virgin when she got married, which is odd because I'm on the wedding photo. God. It's hard too as you get older to meet people. Like, there's a lot of construction going on outside my house. I walked out this morning and it's like, yeah, baby, show me some love, woo, woo, woo! And then they told me to shut up. I like that sympathy. I'm like an overly sensitive person as well. I mean, seriously, I do comedy because I find life hard. Right? I feel bad if I see a snail crushed on a sidewalk. Like, that's devastating to me. I'm like, he lost everything. His house. Snails should not still be with us in the chain of evolution. Like, if there was a time that people took creatures to God for approval, I think whoever took the snail might have been a little simple, right? Imagine God's up there. Amadeus, what have you brought? I don't know Bible names. Amadeus, what have you brought for me? Lord, I bring a fine stallion. Good, Amadeus. D'Artagnan, what have you brought for me? Lord, I bring a brave eagle. Good, D'Artagnan. Bob, what have you brought for me? Oh, check it out. Little snail. I don't know why Bob sounds like he was on Monty Python. Oh, check out what he does. He makes a slimy trail. Yeah, wherever he goes. Bob, this is the most foul, disgusting, repulsive creature anyone has ever brought to me. We will feed them to the French.
I hate French people. I also don't have time for segues this late in my show. Not for anything they've done lately. I could give a about Persian Gulf to the Revenge. I'm a history buff, which means I own a bong and the History Channel. If you look over the last 70 years, every time the French have been having problems in a war, who have they called to help them? The United States, right. And I went over to France last year, found out they hate Americans. They hate us. They're trying to take all the American words out of the French language because they don't want our influence on their society. If they don't like us, let's go take all the protected back. Let's go over to France, bomb it, take it over, call it New Texas. Take the Statue of Liberty from where it stands, put it where the Eiffel Tower is with a sign underneath that says, "The bitch is back." Then we'll take all the stupid people from our country and put them on a boat and ship them over to New Texas. If you're on the 405 and that rare occasion we're all getting go as fast as we want to and you're in the left-hand lane and you're doing 50 miles an hour, pack your bags.
I'm a rapper. Good to see you, folks. Let me tell you something, all right? Straight up, right out in the open here. I'm a Canadian fella. Came down here from Vancouver, British Columbia. I caught the bus to Los Angeles to be here. I'm hanging on to a dream. I don't know if anybody's ever had the pleasure of crossing the border on the bus before, but I know America's going through some strange times, and now there's a test on the bus. Normally, I wouldn't think I'd have to cram to get on a bus. I kind of figure, that's why everybody's riding the bus, because they didn't study. All of a sudden, I got this quiz in front of me. I'm sweating bullets, right? I have no idea. I don't know. I've been absent, First question on the test, straight out of the gate. Are you a terrorist? Who's this question for? I think if an actual true colors terrorist happens to get a hold of this, he's just going to be confused. He's like, where's the camera? Where's Ashton Kutcher? This is a prank, right? And then he'll settle in, it's serious. Well, I don't want to lie because I fear Allah may judge me. But I don't want this bomb to blow up in Canada because then no one will care. We're going for fame, baby. Second question on the test. All right after that, are you a terrorist? Second question, are you carrying any fruits or vegetables?
I'm having a hard time following the logic now. Are you a terrorist? Hey there, buddy. You got any fruits or vegetables on you? Like only this cantaloupe with a stick of dynamite in it, but got that over at the duty free. Third question on the test, third and final question, I think was probably written by a bored customs official. It's really cheeky. It's like this. It goes, are you carrying $10,000 in cash? It took every fiber of my being not to look this border official straight in the eye and be like, I'm riding the bus. $10,000? What are you talking about? Does this thing have wings I don't know of? Does this look like an attaché duffel bag to you, numbnut? You know?
Originally from back east? How many people from back east? All right, Africa. Madagascar, I got people there. I'm from New York, man. I just got back from New York. I love how they're trying to fight crime in New York. In the subways, they have this big campaign, placards all over the subway. If you see something, say something. Screw you, Homeland Security. Do your damn job. If you see something, say something. It's not gonna work. You know, it's not gonna work because if you see something means if you see something outside your own comfort zone. But everybody has their own comfort zone. So what does that mean if you see something, say something? You're gonna have people going up to cops going, excuse me, officer? Yeah, I just saw a black guy reading the Wall Street Journal. He said if I see something, say something. There's a French guy putting on deodorant right over there. You might want to investigate that. Jewish guy tipping 20%. What is that? Seriously. He said if I see something, say something. Oh, don't look down, but there's a Mexican girl with one baby. What is that? Mexican girl, one baby? Hysterical! You don't even have to be here. I'll do the laughter. That was genius. I'm kidding. I love the Latinos. We got Latinos here? Of course. It's America. I'm half Latino myself. I love Latinos. Beautiful. I mean, the girls, am I right? Oh, there's a Mexican girl that works on my block, walks past my house every day. Ah, I took 4 years of Spanish. I don't remember nothing. I tried to talk to her. I'm like, hola. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? That's right, where's the Bible? All right. Just beautiful on the bodies, am I right? Just developed, just bam, chest, bam, at legs, back, 12 years old. What the hell is going on? I would have stopped and talked to her, but she was pregnant. But her second baby, yes! We keep going deeper, folks, cause it's...
You guys proud of Paris Hilton? I am. She got arrested for drunk driving a couple weeks ago. That was awesome. It was a little disappointing though, because we didn't even get to find out how she feels about Jews. What's the point? Get her drunker! Stuff's interesting. Back to me. All right, so I was a tomboy growing up and stuff. I found out for sure I was a tomboy in the 6th grade on picture day. They took all the girls' pictures and then they passed them out to all the girls except mine. They couldn't find my picture. My picture, you guys, turned up in the boys' pile. Someone on the faculty looked at my little 12-year-old face and said, "Ah, young Louis spells his name with an E at the end. He must be French."
The other worst part is I was actually born in Jamaica. Jamaica. So like, dad's black, mom's white, born in Jamaica. Like, my dad, you know, he must be at least looking at me when I'm about to come out and be like, "Oh, my kid's coming out brown. I come out white as a sheet of paper. Imagine how confused he is. Like, what? What just happened? He's looking at the doctor, he's looking at me. I swear, for the next year, he must have been walking around in Jamaica looking at like every white tourist. Looking at me, looking at my mom. That's the dad. He must have been pissed. I don't know. And you know, what are your usual excuses? The mailman did it. That guy's black too. He'd be like, "Come on, wasn't me. I just deliver the mail, you know, sometimes. You know, when I feel like delivering the mail, I'm going to deliver the mail, you know, but other than that, don't worry about it, you know." Because in Jamaica, nothing happens right. Everything is messed up. You're like, Jamaica's awesome. They got crazy Bob Marley joints. They got weed. You know what they don't have? An economy. And I'll tell you why. Because of this following phrase. You go to anywhere in Jamaica, you ask for something, come on, everything soon come. Which means it ain't happening. Oh, where's that project I see you work on? Come on, soon come. Tourists, they're like, I have a sandwich. 20 minutes later, they're like, where's my sandwich at? Excuse me, sir, can I get my sandwich? Come on, everything soon come. People rolling up to the hotel, they're like, oh, I booked the Sandals Resort. They get there, it's like a hole in the ground and a sign with a picture. Where's my hotel? Come on, soon come. Jamaica, it's a crazy place there. When I was a kid, they didn't have normal TV. Like, you can judge the wealth of a country by how many TV channels they have here. It's like, you turn on TV, it's like, TV channels flying out, you got 2 DVRs, you basically taking days off work so you can catch up on your shows. The economy's ruined here by TV, but there they only had 4 channels. Well, sorry, I take that back, that's a lie. Soon come. They only had 4 shows. And the day would start off with TV, it'd be a just white noise. And then the following awesome shows would come on. You think they were cool? No. The shows were Knight Rider, Falcon Crest, Dynasty, and then like the news. And Falcon Crest and Dynasty, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the same show? Like, what were they doing in the broadcast booth? They're like, come on, I like Dynasty. Or I like Falcon Crest. Come on, why don't we buy both Dynasty and Falcon Crest and see which show is better? That's a TV failure. And then they also had this awesome show called The News. Now, there's not too much news in Jamaica, so the show kind of went like this. Welcome to the Jamaican Broadcast Corporation, nightly news. Well, the news is, we have no news, but the weather nice and sunny. And tomorrow the weather gonna be nice. That was the end of the day.
I noticed we don't know much about Canada in this country. Did you notice that? We don't really even know the Canadian national anthem, you know? Most Americans go, oh, sure, I know it, yeah. Oh, Canada, play the frickin' game. It's probably the next line, I don't know. I can never sing it without thinking of Elvis Presley, right? It's like, oh, Canada, take my whole life. Thank you very much. I was just there. I was just in Canada. I was at this place called Edmonton, Alberta. Have you ever heard of this? The Weather Channel doesn't even cover this one, you know. I was working at a club called Yuck Yucks. Edmonton is not the most exciting town in the world, I'll tell you. It's kind of like being in Wisconsin without the exciting nightlife. But this is how boring it gets. There was this one TV channel, and all they had was a fish tank. You know, they had a camera in front of a fish aquarium. That was every day, you know, you turn it on and it would be different every day. And I'm sitting there watching, I'm thinking, man, they must have been bored to come up with this. And then I'm thinking, I'm watching it. And I was fascinated, you know, because I was watching it and there was this fish swimming around and he had one of those long strings coming off, you know. I know it's poop. I prefer to call it a fish string. But this was the longest fish poop I'd ever seen. And it wasn't cracking off, you know. They were feeding this little guy some fiber, you know. He was like dropping a rope ladder to his buddies. Now I can't switch a channel till this thing cracks off.
The world's different now. People don't say hi no more. Remember when people used to say hi? They used to speak. You ask somebody hi. You say hi, now they act like you're asking them a math problem. You know what I mean? How you doing? You don't have to carry the one. All you have to do is say hi. That's it. It's real simple. Young ladies, stop thinking that guys are always trying to talk to you. You know, it's important, man. I asked this one lady a question. I said, can I ask a question? She's like, I got a man. I'm married. Thank you. Yes. It's like, is this not McDonald's? I almost got in a fight this one guy, just speaking. I was like, what up? He's like, what up? I'm like, no, not like that. Like, how you doing? He's like, why you want to know how I'm doing? I was like, I don't even know. Nobody's ever asked that question. Nobody's ever asked me why you want to know how you're doing. My bad, I'm nosy. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to get here. Excuse me. Just people rude nowadays. Nobody just walk and smile. It's different. I asked somebody for direction, they got upset. She's like, what I look like, sir? Huh? What I look like? I said, sir, you're the bus driver. I thought I could ask you a question. He's like, are you staying on, you getting off? I'm like, I paid my money. I don't know where I'm getting off at because you won't talk to me, sir. I'm flying often, flying. You know what I don't like about flying? I hate walking past first class. I do, because I always feel like a peasant. I feel like everybody in first class is judging me. They already seated, they had a wine, like, look at the peasants, oh my God. Oh my God, so sad they have to sit in the back. Oh my God. Look at the black guy. Rosa Parks would be upset. Oh my God. That was a good one. That was a good one. Can I get another Chardonnay, please? Thank you. And it make you feel like that because you always, I don't know if you travel, you wait in the jet bridge, the little thing, and you take them little steps, and people behind you get mad if you don't take that little step in front of you. You ever hit you be like, it's a little step. Man, it's no, you don't feel like you're moving in your life. What's wrong?
I am very, very happy to be here. I'm happy to be anywhere but my apartment these days because I have a roommate. Yeah, her name is Kathy. She's petite. Petite is the French word for whore. She's one of those girls who's so tiny. She came into my room the other day and she was like, can I borrow this tube top? I was like, that's my scrunchie. But thanks for making me feel like a behemoth. She's also one of those people who wants to split everything all the time. Everybody has friends who do this, right? Oh my God, split this burger with me, split this donut with me, split these fries with me, split this meat, that's meat, that's meat, that's meat, that's meat, that's meat. It's an M&M, eat it. Choke on it. Yeah. She used to be a cheerleader. Do we have ex-cheerleaders here? Usually tell any room in America you say the word cheerleader. Yeah, and a girl just jumps up. Jennifer! Ready? Okay. I love cheerleaders. There's like a spectrum of cheerleaders in the world. They're the cheerleaders at one end of the spectrum who are like, yeah, rah, go team go, win the game, touch my boobs. What color are we? Okay, just touch my boobs. Spirit fingers. Then there's like the psychotic ESPN chicks. Have you seen these women on TV competing who are like, we will win or we will die? Like, if you met them in a back alley, they would cartwheel your ass to death. I was watching the national cheerleading competition. There's this team that wins every year, the Kentucky Wildcats, right? There's this other team coming up through the ranks, looks like they're actually gonna win, till during the big routine, this one chick goes flipping in the air, and on her way back down, she knocks into this dude's elbow and knocks her two front teeth clear out of her head and keeps cheering. Yeah, by the end, she looks like she's doing the Monster Mash. There's blood. She's like, go team, go. And the sportscasters who are so bummed they got stuck with the cheerleaders because they wanted football, basketball, are so psyched that something has actually gone wrong. They replay the teeth leaving her head in slow motion. They take out that pen, you know that football, like X's and O's, downward pat? They're circling her teeth in the air, drawing arrows. Here's what they split apart in the air, Bill. Fascinating, Jim. Let's see it again. Then they interview this girl's teammates afterwards, and are they supportive? They're like, yeah, we totally would have won if Becky hadn't gotten her front teeth knocked out during the double super flip. She's a total spaz. Meanwhile, Becky's off to the side holding a bloody towel to her mouth like, I'm sorry. I did the best I could. I need a dentist. Someone touch my boobs.
I know. I had braces when I was a kid. Anyone here have braces? They're expensive, you know? Like, braces are really expensive. Like, I think if I had a kid who had messed up teeth, I'd just teach it to speak with an English accent. You know, like my kid would be sitting on the playground and some bully would come up to it like, hey, nice teeth. And my kid would be like, blimey! Why don't you take your bloody head and shove it up your blooming bunghole? The guy's like, dude, sorry. I didn't know you were British. My bad. Yeah, I'm still friends with a lot of the same people I was friends with as a kid. And I hate when your friends grow up and they make you start calling them by their new grown-up names. You know, like Lizzie's now Elizabeth and Jimmy's now Jessica. It's always real awkward using their new names in conversation, you know, like, so, Jessica, how your dad's wrist sealing? Yeah, it's awkward. Yeah, I'm a fairly upbeat person, but every once in a while I'll get depressed and I'll think about killing myself. But I never do, you know, because I can't kill myself while my parents are still alive, because that would crush them. But that just depresses me even more, because now I'm like, great, now I have to kill my parents too. That'd be hard for me, because they're divorced, and that's a lot of driving. My dad's a lawyer, and he's totally obsessed with money. He has this painting hanging in his living room, and he's just waiting for the artist to die so it goes up in value. Isn't that the worst? Especially since I painted it. Yeah, I have a very young-looking dad, and sometimes when he and I are out together, people will think that we're a couple, just because we're making out.
The reason I was always in the class about my dyslexia and all this stuff was because I grew up in really rural Maine. I grew up in rural Maine, right? And now I like saying I live in Vermont. I mean, I like saying I live in New York because people understand that. They're like, oh, New York, grimy. But I say I'm from Maine, people are like, oh, I love New Hampshire. It's not the part of Maine I'm from. The last person I told I was from Maine just was like, oh, Maine, I've got 4 cousins from Canada. Okay. I like Kit Kats. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? And it's rural America, right? There's nothing to do in my hometown. You live in New York, you got all these options, you got restaurants, black people. It's very different. Very different. But, there's nothing in Maine. We just have the restaurant. The Jewish person. People are like, what do you want to do tonight? Do you want to go to the restaurant? I don't know. Is the chef working or is he with the prostitute? I don't know. Bob, what's your mom doing? Oh boy. I'll leave you guys with this. I used the word retarded the other day, and I felt very bad about it, and some guy overheard me, and he called me out. He said, don't say that word. So right away I thanked him. I said, you're right, I shouldn't say the word retarded because my uncle is retarded. Conversation should have ended there, except he looks at me and he goes, oh, your uncle's retarded? Is he legally retarded? Are you trying to call my uncle an illegal retard? I don't think he's pretending he's retarded for his taxes. And I've never seen him get nervous when the cops are around. How many gazebos do you have? What is your problem? It's weird to have a legality with retardation too. I was thinking about that. How much would it suck to take your kid to go get tested for retardation, have the doctor come out and be like, all right, we've got good news and we've got bad news. Your son, not retarded. Real dumb though. He is really slow. He missed that retardation factor by 1 point. Special Olympics for sure.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Give yourself a round of applause first. And give a round of applause to everyone you saw this evening. I am very excited to be here. My comedy career is about to take off. Just last weekend, after years and years of trying, I finally got to perform in Lubbock, Texas. Yeah, the plane landed at the Lubbock International Airport. One gate, 2 baggage claim areas. Then the manager of the airport explained to me, he said, "Sir, this is called Lubbock International Airport because we have daily non-stop flights to exotic destinations like Amarillo and Midland." Next morning, Saturday morning, I'm at the Lubbock Convention Center. Now, some of you may know it as the IHOP. A young lady walks up to me and says, "Hi." I'm like, "I don't know you." She said, "What do you do for a living?" I said, "I am a stand-up comedian." She said, "That's right. We saw you last night at the comedy club, and the guy who went up before you was really, really funny." I love Lubbock. Lubbock, it makes Pasadena look good. Right about now, most of you are looking at me and saying, "Where is this accent from?" Looks like you have guessed it, and you're right. I am originally from the West Coast of India. And before you all get carried away, India is also the land that has harbored activists like Mahatma Gandhi, Mother Teresa, and the Dalai Lama. Thank you. So here's what I'm saying, folks. If I do not hear loud applause after every one of my jokes, I'm going to get really, really agitated. And I may just have to go on a hunger strike. See, I'm from India. We don't do that bombing crap. In India, you never see guys do car bombs. You know why? Most of them can't afford a car. I mean, sir, have you ever seen a cow bomb? A camel bomb?